Hello, guys. So I'm starting this channel so that anyone who wants to develop a career in software development uh, gets a nice head start and knows what to do when. Okay. So there are two kind of websites which I would like to show. One of these is called Leetcode. So Leetcode is where you can practice problems, and the another website is Geeks for Geeks. So this website you can brush up on theory. So there are different data structures which you can learn. So as you can see, arrays, linked list, stack, queues, trees, heap, graph. You need to know these kind of data structures as a basics. There are some algorithms and different paradigms which you may need to like brush up. So this website is for all the theory, and this is lead code basically. So this might be new for some of you, but this is an amazing website and it is a must do if you are appearing for some coding interviews, be it India or China or US, uh, be it any company. This website will really help you a lot and much more than any other competitive coding website. So I would suggest just have a look at this. Uh, let's look at problems. So these are different problems as we see. Uh, you can sort them by difficulty, easy, medium, hard. You can sort them by acceptance. You could sort them by numbers and titles. And yeah, if you buy the premium version, you can even sort them by frequency and by the company, basically. So you have CTOP, Amazon questions, Facebook questions, Google questions. So these are the things which you can look at. Uh, so let's start with the first problem, which is two sum problem. So I will be coding in Python, and I will discuss different kinds of approaches first, and then basically we can start with like implementing the best possible approach. So that's how you will do in an interview, right? So let's look at this problem first. Given an array of integers, so an array of integers is given, you have to return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to a specific target. So you are given an array and a target, and you need to find two numbers which add up to this target, and you need to just return the index basically of the two numbers. So you may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, okay, and you may not use the same element twice. So we are not like having repeated indices basically. So let's look at a brute force way to approach this problem. So the brute force way is just like we basically have two loops, which is loop I and loop j. So where I and j will basically be all possible combinations of the numbers, and then we check if we reach the target or not. So this is an n square solution because you are having two loops, two for loops basically. So that is one solution we discussed, which is O of n square, which is a brute force, two for loops. Okay. Uh, what else can we do? Right. Uh, Another thing which we can do is we can sort the array. Okay. So sorting, we should assume that it takes O of n log n. I know that there are some sorts like counting sort which can sort integers in O of n, but they will use some space. So I will suggest let's just consider sorting as O of n log n and like a in place kind of thing which does not use any kind of extra space. Okay. So sort the array. Once you have the sorted array, let's say you have like something like this, the same as this 2, 7, 11, 15. So you can use like a two pointer method where you can start the first pointer here from 2 and second pointer here from 15 and look at the sum. So the sum is 17, right? So if the sum is higher than this target, which is 9, then what do we do is we just decrement the right pointer. So now it points to 11. So 11 plus 2 is basically 13. Still it's higher. So we decrement it and we reach 7. So 7 plus 2 is 9, and hence we have reached the target. So this method is definitely gonna work because you have sorted the array in the increasing order, and you start with the first, like the smallest element and the largest element, and you decrease the largest element if you are exceeding the target, and you increase the smaller element if you are decreasing the target. So if there is a unique solution, you are definitely gonna reach that solution. So that is the logic, and at any point of time you are trying to reach towards the target. Okay, so this would take O of n log n to sort, and O of n to processing time to uh, reach the uh, reach the solution, right? But still we can do better if we are allowed to use space. So let's say if we are allowed to use space, then the first thing that should come to mind should be a hash map, because hash map, the lookup time is O of 1. So when we are using a hash map, uh, what we have is basically uh, your O of n worst case space, okay, and O of n time complexity is what we will achieve for the worst case. For these cases, the space complexity is O of 1, okay, and for this one also the space complexity is O of 1. Unless you use some merge sort or any other kind of thing, the space complexity will be O of 1. So let's see how to do this hash map solution. So the hash map solution would be like you would put all these numbers one by one in the hash map, and then you will check if you get a number which is like, you know, the target minus that number is present in the hash map. So by doing that, you will save a lot of time also. Like for in this example, I'll just put 2 in the hash map, and then when I have 7, I will basically check if is 2 present in the hash map. If 2, because 9 minus 7 is 2, right? So if 2 is present in the hash map, then I have found a combination 2 plus 7, a pair, which adds up to 9, right? So without even looking at 11 and 15, I actually found the solution. So that is what we are looking at here. So let's see how to code this. Coding is very simple. Python makes it much easier too. Let's define a hash map. So this is how you define a hash map. Now you are looping through the numbers. So for say num in nums, right? You need to basically uh, you have a target with you, right? So what you could do is you should check if this num, in fact, if this target minus num is in the hash map. Okay. So if this is the case, then we basically can say that we have found a solution, and we can return the index of the target and the index of the the index of the num and the index of target minus num. So let's get the index of num first. So I is the index of the num. Num is nums of I, and so we need to return uh, j comma I, where j is the index of the target. So what we can do is we can save this target minus num as a key in the hash map, and the value should be the index of target minus num. So your j should nothing be but hash map of target minus num. Okay, so that's how we do this. Now, what if that is not the case? Then just quietly insert your num in the hash map with its key. Okay, so let's see how is this gonna proceed. So initially your hash map will be empty, then your hash map will initially be empty. Then you get 2. Okay, so when you get a 2, uh, you will see whether 9 minus 2, which is 7, is present in hash map. It's not. So we go in the else condition and we just insert the 2 in the hash map with the index. The index of 2 is 0. It's the first element. So this is what we have in the hash map right now. Now let's say we get 7. So we will check whether 7, so 9 minus 7, which is 2, is in the hash map or not. So 2 is definitely in the hash map, right? So we know that we have found the solution, and we have to return the index of 2, which is 0. So the index of 2 is hash map of 2, which is 0, and we have to return I. So this should be the solution. Yeah, so that is how the whole code will proceed. Let's take another case. Let's take the case where the target was, let's say, 26. So in that case, so this was the case where target was 9. Okay, now the case's target is 26. So then hash map is initially 0, I mean empty. Then you have a 2 in the hash map, so 2 goes inside the hash map. Then you have 7, so 7 goes inside the hash map, because 26 minus 7 is not present in the hash map. So still we haven't found the solution. Next, 11 goes in the hash map with the index of 2. And then when 15 comes, we will have 26 minus 15, which is 11, right? That is there in the hash map. So when 15 goes in, we will just return the index of 11, which is 2, and the index of 15, which is 3. So this should be like the correct solution. So let's try to run this. Okay, this works. Let's try changing the target. It should give 2 comma 3. Index of 11 is 2, index of 15 is 3, should give you 2 comma 3. Okay, works very well. Let's try some unsorted input. So something like this. Let's take 18 this time. 7 plus 11 is 18. This should give you 2 comma 4. 2 comma 3, I mean. 2 comma 3, no, sorry. It's a 1 comma 3. Yeah, 1 comma 3. Because you have 7 in the first position, 11 in third position, right? Okay, this works fine. Let's try to submit this. And we see it's accepted. Awesome. So I hope you got the understanding for this question, the logic, and all the 3 different algorithms which you can use to solve this. Uh, I will be back tomorrow with another video solving another problem. Uh, Till then, you can try solving problems of Leetcode by yourself. Do as many problems as you can. Start with easy problems initially and then jump to medium and hard problems. I'm sure you will be able to improve your skills by more and more practice. Do get your data structures right, because you need to be smart enough to understand what kind of data structures you can use in different kinds of problems. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys have a nice day. See you.